Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you probably know, there's been a lot of talking about the alleged Russian plans to blow up the Zaporozhye Nuclear Power Plant. I don't know exactly why they would do it, because Zaporozhye Nuclear Power Plant was taken over by the Russians on the 4th of March 2022. So last year, in early March, the Russians took over it. And the Ukrainians claim the Russians are bombarding their own plant now, only because they own it now, or at least they took over. The Ukrainian mass media obsessively told us that the Russians are planning to do it. They put mines over there, they put explosives, and it's something that will happen. Now that's based on their intelligence services. You know how that runs, right? If, like, let's say my father comes and vouches for me that I swear my son was not at that house last night when the crime occurred. You know exactly what I want to say by saying that my dad vouches for me. The same here. The Ukrainian intelligence services say that it's not them, it's not the Ukrainians trying to blow that up, it's the Russians, who incidentally control the nuclear power plant over there in Zaporozhye. The problem is not that these guys are claiming that. It's a war, I understand that. The problem is that the Western free media, corporate media, picked that little information, it's everywhere in the Ukrainian media, and ran with it. And trumpeted everywhere that, hey, that's a fact, the Russians tried to blow that Zaporozhye nuclear power plant. The Russians, on the other hand, they say, no, actually, it's you guys who want to blow it, because our intelligence services have their plans, their information about your plans to blow it up. Now, one way or another, it doesn't really matter who will do it. If that blows up, I don't really care who did it. The problem is, it's done. Let's deal with that thing. I hope it doesn't happen, obviously. But if you just go by, if someone blows it up, do you care if it was Mikey or Tommy? You have to deal with the problem, solve the problem, and then go and see who did it. I personally think that there is a high probability that someone will blow up the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant. And I will tell you why, because I have to bring arguments to support my little claim here. My argument is previous examples. And my previous example as a pattern maybe, or another calamity that occurred during this war that could make me think, well, if these guys don't stop at anything, then why would they stop at this one? And when I say anything, just take the example of the Kakhovka water dam. The hydroelectric water dam was blown up by one of these guys, but anyway, it was blown up. So if that tragedy occurred, do you think that this is just a step a little bit higher? So here is the regular bombardment or whatever war crimes these guys are doing to one another, right here. And then you have here, you escalated the whole thing to that dam being blown up. Now, to go to the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant, you should go the same distance higher here. So here is the regular, whatever happens over there, decimation of civilians, military infrastructure, civilian infrastructure, and so on. Now here's Kakhovka hydroelectric power dam. And then you have here is going to be the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant. It's just going to be another, and if they did that over there with a dam, that was how should I put it? It's what makes you think that this is just a next step for these guys? So I'm very. I think the possibility is 100%. I would say it's possible. Probable, I would get 85% probable. Now I have two articles here that I'm going to use. They are from the Russian side. I'm not going to cover the Ukrainian side and the Western side. Why? Because they say the same thing, which is the Russians put explosives, are ready to blow their own power plant. How you want to say it? Owned, controlled. It's theirs right now. So they want to blow them like they blew the Nord Stream pipelines 1 and 2, right? Another example that these guys will not stop from anything in this one. These guys being, we're going to find out later. Now let's go to these articles that I'm going to use for the Russian side, because I'm pretty sure you're unaware of what the Russians are saying. And the Russians are saying now that's actually an imminent attack by the Ukrainians on the Zaporozhye Nuclear Power Plant, which is the same thing as the other guys say about the Russians. So let's go with Sputnik first, obviously, right? These liars. And they say here that Ukraine plotting to hit Zaporozhye plant with nuclear waste-laden missile. Energy official. Let's see. And they give you a date right here. Kiev is planning to carry out an attack on July 5, which is today, on the Zaporozhye Nuclear Power Plant, using high-precision weapons and drones. Rosenergoatom, a subsidiary of Russian State Nuclear Energy Corporation, Rosatom spokesman Renat Karcha said on Tuesday. I wonder how, I don't know if this is a woman or a man yet, this person said, I don't know how she found or he found out that. So over the past months, Kiev has repeatedly targeted the nuclear facility, which is the biggest nuclear power plant in Europe, Tralala station, risking a major nuclear disaster. And I'm quoting, today, which was yesterday, we received information that I am authorized to talk about. In the early hours of July 5, the Ukrainian armed forces will try to attack the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant with high-precision, long-range means and unmanned kamikaze aircraft. Karcha said on air at the Rossiya 24 broadcaster. Now, today is the July 5th, and it's not early hours, of the July 5th. But the fact that these guys came and said it as a fact, okay. As a backup plan, Kiev also intends to use Tochka U missile loaded with radioactive waste removed from South Ukraine nuclear facility on July 3rd. He said. The nuclear power plant located on left bank, okay, so we know that one, according to this guy, okay? Now let's go to the other article coming from Russia Today. It was obviously from yesterday, and it's probably saying the same thing. Russian nuclear giant claims Ukrainian attack on power plant imminent. Kiev could strike the Zaporozhye facility with a, and I'm quoting, dirty nuclear device, a senior Russian official says. Ukraine could launch a large-scale attack on the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant overnight, a senior Russian atomic energy industry official warned late on Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. Kiev may also strike the plant with a missile stuffed with radioactive waste. The same thing. And then he says the same thing with Kiev is also expected to attempt a strike on the plant with a heavy Soviet-made Tochka U tactical missile, ballistic missile. Now, this is what the Russians said. Nothing happened as of now. Probably over there is late afternoon. So it doesn't mean that it will not happen or it could not happen. I don't know if it happened or not. That's the first thing. The other thing is it doesn't have to happen now. And the Ukrainians say, see, there's a lie. We didn't do it. So their information is wrong. Either way, I'm glad it didn't happen. My point is, if these guys did the Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines, if these guys, and these guys, I don't know exactly who they are, okay, it's not proven yet. I don't know if it is the American, I don't know if it's the Russians, I don't know if it's the Ukrainians, I don't know if it's the United Kingdom, I don't know if it's the Norwegians. So if these guys, one of these guys blew up the Kakhovka dam, from, let's say, 20 up to 20% probability in my head, based on the evidence that I had, that someone will attack to blow up with the intention of destroying the Zaporozhye Nuclear Power Plant and trigger this disaster. Now it's elevated to 80%, 85% after they blew up that dam, the Kakhovka. That's my assessment on the situation, and we're going to find out. I hope it doesn't happen, but I do not discard any possibilities, because these guys will not care if they blow that up. As I said, 2 examples. They destroyed those pipelines, leaving the Germans out in the cold, destroyed the dam, invaded with water and flooded the whole region over there, including the strategic. I mean, it's not easy to build a hydroelectric power plant and a dam. You know that one. So, no, it's just a little bit higher now, the escalation. And they will, I don't know if they will, but 80-85% they could do it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.